Hello. We are live. Siemens Lake Mary doing a live broadcast. Very low microphone? Yeah, I can barely hear it. Barely see it. Just turn off the speaker. Turn on the speaker on top. No, the speaker on top. Just turn it down so we don't all hear it in here. Then you can power up there. So we don't have to listen to it. Hello, everybody.
Okay. All you gotta put in is your name, that's your first and last name, the organization, phone number. Do you not want this one?
We don't need it.
The video.
We're testing now to see if we can get through the firewall. Can you hear me? Hello, hello. What did you just do, Brian?
They got their emails.
Just monitor. Your full signal.
Sounds like they can see us.
They can? So we just can't see it inside?
Back of his head. Yeah, it'll be a little delay. Okay, good. Yeah, they're seeing it.
Oh, so we just can't see it internally?
Yes. Can you send a comment? Nothing worse games.
Make sure it's a clean comment.
Hang on a second. You have to have an email invite.
It's secured.
When did the was
You're not special.
Craig, they're logged in.
Yeah,
They're logged in now.
That one will, that's yesterday. I'll send you one.
Clark's questions are coming through.
Are they coming through?
Yeah.
Are they going in the video? You should.
Yeah, they're watching the video. They see us now. You don't have to do that anymore, Greg. They can see us. We just can't see it in here. They can see it.
You have to believe us.
Is there something somebody from outside could...
The people outside are watching it.
They are.
They're seeing and hearing us, and they just submitted a question. It's just in here we can't show you. On your email, did it pull up? Because we had it turned off. We just turned it on.
Need anything, I'll call you back.
Oh, the people on our email list.
Want to see if that from one of your desks from that email? We have it on now and see if it works.
I didn't get the second one either, but Chuck did, so he's going to go check.
Chester never got his email.
Myself too, and I'm getting them.
Just not Chester. What is your email? Is it?
Chester.Williams?
Do you have maybe another address? Like a personal address you can send it to? Or something?
Chester.Williams at...
ICN.Siemens.com.
Just to make sure we're typing in correctly.
It's not what's screen so well over here. Check it. So we're a couple of minutes or 5 minutes?
No, it's right now. You should be able to see it. It's there. You should be able to see it.
Okay.
Where are you being seen into?
Your house.
Cool. Being seen into my house also.
So everybody was supposed to do it from their desk?
Well, we wanted the people in here to be able to see it from their desk so they could see the sample.
I think maybe our mail server has an issue. Something. Seems to have a problem with Marlin and Siemens now. But we don't have a problem.
Everyone else got the email except Chester.
Yeah.
That's why I want to make sure we just had his typed in right.
Any explanation for that? They're all going.
Clark's asking questions. Clark, looking good. Looks great. Sounds good. Check audio level. Can you hear me now? Tom and Clark. We're doing the corporate overview.
This is...
Now we'll talk about the regions and the spotlight. E-business.
No, I grabbed this a while back ago.
1 through 65,000.
All on it. That's services. So we gotta read through that. Pretty much just open up every Yeah. This isn't a conspiracy. Just while we're here, just open up your entire network.
We were sent by someone. Anybody that's watching, we're just having some problems getting through the firewall locally here to watch it and show them locally how it looks like. You at home will be able to see it from what we understand? Still can't see it in the firewall here? We have 3 people logged in outside of this building that see it and hear it, and they're submitting questions. It's just in here in the building, it's locked down so much that you guys can't see it for some reason. Probably. I don't know. They might be seeing it in Boca. But Chester is logged in. I'm in waiting for Windows Media. Hey, Chester. The Windows Media Player, the video is actually the problem you'll probably have problems with. You'll be able to see the interface.
But this page is related.
You'll be able to see the interface. Chester, he'd have to walk you in there.
Chester's office nearby.
Anders, you want to go look at it?
Something else.
Volume's a little low.
Talk.
Talk. Hello.
Okay, so it's not from here, Mike.
Hello. We're doing a live test here from Siemens Lake Mary. We're sorry for the delay. We're actually trying to find out why we can't see it in the local firewall here is blocking it out for everybody. But people on the outside, from what we understand, can see it.
Hey, Darwin? Okay. Try now.
They just don't get the video part. Can you hear it? No. So it's blocking the Windows Media Server totally. The firewall. Is that the firewall that's blocking the Windows Media Server?
Yeah. At the office, at the office, you shouldn't have any problems.
What about at home?
At home, you shouldn't have any problems either.
It's just this building.
Yeah.
This building's blocking the incoming feeds.
It's blocking a lot of things.
The firewalls.
Greg, can I go on your computer? Yes.
You have to put a list of all these.
All the ports and everything. Yeah, because the blocking default ports that usually are open.
Well, this corporation blocks everything. It's big time.
This is a very safe place, and I didn't.
Of course.
Has Tom has the sound?
Tom has the sound now. We've adjusted the sound. Is it sounding better for you?
Greg.
Submit me a question.
Password.
Audio is good now? Thanks, Clark. Okay, volume's good. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Clark. We have a delay, guys, because Siemens has quite a lockdown on the firewall, so we're having difficulties internally here for them to be able to watch the video and to watch the broadcast. Anyone that's outside of this building should be able to see it. Now they're able to see that one, Greg.
Yeah, said hello. The sounds is good.
Hey, Chuck, how are you doing? I see that you can hear it. Can you see it, Chuck? Can you see our video? Chuck, can you test it and tell us if you can see the video? I know you can hear it. You must be able to see it. And as we change the slides here, they change in your video player. So, Chuck, you can hear it?
Yeah, the whole one was video or audio.
What operating system and version of the player do you have here?
All right, the sound's perfect, Greg, so don't play with it. The guys that are watching it can hear it perfectly.
Well, there are two computers internally here. It's not a support.
Well, yeah, we have to show these guys how it works. Can you play any video on there, Greg? After Marlin Productions, can you play our samples and stuff through their network?
You want to play them in? No. Yeah, hold on. Let me
Don't pull up any dirty ones.
I'm trying not to.
You wouldn't have any of those.
When you have a player on like this is playing, okay, right click on it.
What?
Advanced in here, okay. Let me start over, Mike.
What?
I don't think a way to troubleshoot in an office if they can or not. You go to property under advanced and under the codec installed. It will show the codec being used, and if you have it installed or not, you'll say either yes or no. The suspicion is that the audio you don't have it.
I need to see audio and video.
Yeah, so it probably will say no for the audio.
Greg, why don't you go with them? Why don't you go with them, Greg? Go. Greg's checking too to see if it's their codecs on their computers. See what players they have or what codecs are installed. Hello, everybody.
But we can on this one? We can enable this one?
I opened that one up.
Okay.
Sitting out the deal.
But they're all locked down in the rest of the building?
Intranet is locked out. And even the DMZ is locked down. I just allowed that.
Ah, just for right here. So the building in Boca where the other people would be logging in from, they'd have the same lockdown where they wouldn't be able to see the video. Probably wouldn't be able to see.
They're outside of the intranet. Probably not.
They're probably through the intranet. Can we broadcast? No, if we do it within the intranet, we can't see the media servers at all, so it wouldn't work. We'd have to have a local media server inside your internal network. It's people at your other Siemens office, I'm not sure. I think we sent it to their desktops so they could log in.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
It's possible I could allow those 4 people to have this
So they go through the same black window.
He's
It's really just one person, one other person inside the company.
Just tell them that they just need to tell them directly there is the rule is allowed.
Can't find it, then
The DHCP was pulled off.
He was explaining to me everybody on your intranets has the same lockdown for the whole company, so we'd have to allow them to be on the outside of the intranet, or you'd have to have a media server inside your intranet that we bounce everything off of. What kind of bandwidth do you guys have?
Up to 45 minutes.
So as an ongoing thing, you definitely wouldn't want to have everybody watching a media server internally. It'd bog down the network too much with everybody here. with all the, because you probably are using a lot of that bandwidth. No?
Did you find you got the email?
Oh, really?
Them, right?
Oh, so you have plenty then.
Oh, you went to their website?
Because what we have is our cash flow network. It's a 2 gig network that has cash flow servers on the edge that have half a terabyte, I think, of storage, and we cache all the content there, so it's distributed around the world. We actually are in America and going to Europe next week or two.
The VPN too?
That's all just for video.
Can you log in directly through your normal internet connection and not through the VPN? Okay. Because apparently our LAN or our we're blocking access to their media server. Yeah. Media server. It's different than the web server. And Michelle down in Boca is seeing the same thing you're seeing there, which I expect. He's logged into the VPN and
The same settings on the firewall would be continuous.
He's going to go out. He's on an external line, a DSL line. He's going to go out and make sure he can see it from there.
We could do the whole presentation for
Michelle
him.
would be the only other one to he can free up. Yeah, he could do it.
Is this automatically uploading this file, or when we're done with this, I don't want this huge file of us testing uploaded as a sample? Huh?
That's what's going to happen.
We can press stop and prevent it.
Okay. We'll keep it streaming now so they can check it, but we'll run them through a local sample here and upload it, and they can watch it whenever they get a chance. We can do a 56K, that way you can check it from home if you want to. We just have to figure out how to make it so you can watch it internally.
Yeah, it should be running
Yeah, he needs to click on that email link that you sent, right?
Mm-hmm.
You forwarded it.
We can send it to a different account if he wants.
They can send it to another account if your home account.
If it's easier. Let me get ready in case he asks you to.
Send it to Brian at Edson.com. Brian with an I, BRIAN at Etzman, HETZMAN.com.
What's the IP address of the system we're talking about? Is it going to bounce over different systems when it does this, or is it all thrown out of one system?
I don't know, we'd have to ask Greg. The main publishing point's constant, but it distributes it over the network. I'm not sure, but the one IP that we publish to is constant.
Yeah. It's feeding now. You should say it once your media player loads.
Yeah. It's one IP that we publish to, so I'm sure that each machine on the network, I think they act as one gigantic machine.
So as far as
Brian at HETZMAN.com. He said it didn't read it.
La-da-do-do-do. This thing's so cool.
I can't believe how fast it does flip.
Do you see this? Have you ever seen how it works? So this is the user interface
Here.
when they're broadcasting.
This is slow.
I click on whatever slide I want.
This is actually VNC, so it will change eventually.
Nah, don't show me that sample. That looks like through the VNC. Brian is on now. Hey, is the gang all there? Oh, he's logging it and going to another one. But so I see the people asking the questions, who it is. I click on these and I change the slides here. We have it so you can pick any slide you want. There's no order. You don't have to follow through a sequence because you bounce around.
Oh, so you just scroll on the bottom for all the slides.
Yeah. There's a test here. I'll wait and do that when someone's watching.
He's in.
The guy that's not on our network.
Okay.
Logged into the DSL line.
And he can see it.
Apparently there's something from within the network here.
The firewall here is blocking everything.
I'm with dealing.
It's the firewall doesn't allow anything coming in. If you give him if we have a single publish IP,
Yeah?
he can make it so we can watch it.
Video caller.
Good. Can you hear me? Hey, Brian, how are you doing? Glad you could log in through your private DSL network.
They are from outside. They're from outside of the building.
See how we switch the slides here?
One person trying to...
And Brian, you can submit a question for us. We'll answer it.
Oh, okay. No problem.
The microphone's right here. We're wireless and high tech.
Have you MMS?
13 frames a second.
Now I'm going to try MMS.
What do you log in at? The 150K?
What ports needs to be open?
We can go up to the 300K. And it's a lot. You'll see more, but I don't know if it's necessary.
Sorry, Brian. Oh yeah, I'm hearing the lag.
Here it goes.
Say something too.
It's 30-second delay.
30 seconds?
Mhm.
Okay. It's working from, I'm getting it
Hey, Jody.
DMZ here on this
He
computer.
said they can
Jody.
take it to 300K. Well, I don't think you can do it now. You can't do 300 now, can you?
Sure.
It's already pre-set up?
Yeah, we can start and stop it. Are we on 300K now?
No.
No.
We're probably going to stop it anyway, so we can do
We're going to stop it and restart it. Hey, Jody. I see you online.
Yeah, he said
We're having problems with the local firewall, Jody, for the people inside here can't watch what we're doing, so we're trying to figure that out.
The demo is to stop it and restart it, and then restart it, they can start streaming at 300K.
And Brian, you can submit us questions under the little video that you're watching. You can submit questions, and we can see them here and answer them.
So, did you get
Yeah, I think we got it.
Are we still good?
Huh?
We DNC'd into another system now. So this should work.
Yes, Brian. Yes, Jody. We're trying the firewall. It's so secure here that we're just having problems for people internally to watch what we're doing. So we're trying to figure that out for them. Good. Glad you like it. I saw that. Good. I saw that you asked us a question. Yeah, that's me.
I'm in here with them.
That's only locally because it's Siemens. They have to be really secure. So, all right, buddy. Thank you.
What they're trying to do now is get the internal to the media server, their data center, and then Willie said he can free up access to that one piece.
So you want to get everyone else out here? We should be able to say that's what we're going to be able to do.
He's trying to figure it out right now. He says if we find the IP that everybody, if it's all coming off one IP, he can open up that one IP and give us access, so then everybody can watch it internally.
On-site here, IP stuff, things like
And I'll switch a couple slides for anybody that's watching. Let's talk about the research and development. We're doing research and development now. E-business. Hey, Brian, can you move this camera over there, perhaps? That way we can tour people through and they can see what I'm doing to see how easy it is.
Here's another number if you wanted to ask a question that was 6519.
Power. Is power cable long enough?
Then I'll go ahead and hang up. We'll try and get us Michelle and
There's no beautiful women geeks yet, Brian. We have to get them later. I'm talking to Brian online. People are watching it.
You got the 800 number? 800? 944-152.
of this one machine.
That gives you a tone. That gives you the RNet.
That way we can show this whole thing here that we're doing.
6519.
So,
I'd like to see this system here.
well, what I got right there.
Awesome.
You want it tighter in there?
No. We'll man it when we do the next test.
Weird shadows.
With lighting. Hello.
65, 205, 158, 69.
65, 25, 158, 69.
65, 205.
158, 69.
65, 205, 158, 69.
15869.
Mike, is this your cup over here? Or
Yes.
is it over here?
That one.
Okay. Anybody else need water?
Yeah, I'd love another
Okay,
one.
he's gonna,
He's going to open up that one IP so people internally here can watch it through the firewall.
as long as we stay under a certain number of simultaneous.
Simultaneous users.
Yeah.
There's only like 3 or 4 people that are watching
So,
internally. for everyone at home, we have been broadcasting here, trying to set up the sample. And right now they're actually reconfiguring a little piece of the firewall so people internally can watch what we're doing. I know everybody at home's been able to watch this, or at other businesses. It's just the security that we have that is here at Siemens is extraordinarily tight, which is good. And no, I'm not putting on lipstick, Jody. And we can change a couple slides here for the corporate overview.
Right. What about this tape that you put in here? You can put a tape there. Hand me a tape then.
What are you looking for?
And I press rewind.
Alright, so what about this tape though? This is a write protected tape.
That's probably has some of the.
So I don't know. Right?
As we click through the slides. As soon as they open up as soon as he figures out if he can open up the firewall, we'll do a whole new test and do it live. That way we can keep that one on there for you so you can see it. And it'll be to that IP address. Okay, we're live now, don't mess with it. Ah, thank you.
Anyone else want?
It's good to know the firewall works.
That's the delay in the screen right there.
There's a 30-second delay because we're encoding and processing this.
Sure.
Hey, Michelle.
We're
still working on it. Don't give up on it. What they're doing now is they're going to take.
What speed are we hearing that at? What speed is that at?
Don't pay attention to that one. That computer does not have a video card that it's not made to really watch it. Where your desktop has a video card that's high end and it streams video, that one is meant to encode and send video, not to watch it.
Oh, I got it. You know, I'll check this out. Now I have dial-up and cable.
Hey Ron, I see you're with Jody in the room. How do you like it? We're doing the broadcast where right now at Siemens, the security here with their firewall, their local people are not able to watch what we're doing, so we're trying to reconfigure the firewall so that locally they can watch it.
Right.
See, here's how we switch the slides and broadcast it. What we're going to do is start it over once everybody can see it and have a fresh one. That way it's a good canned sample for them.
I'll be able to check that out.
Yeah, we sent you an email link, but you need the email invitation. This is a secure broadcast.
Okay, so just click on that.
Yep. If you don't have an email invitation, you can't see this at all.
And can I forward that to my personal dial-up?
No, we'd have to send you another invitation.
I'll send an email just so I can see it.
Yeah. Are we doing a 56K and 150? Is that what we're?
That's current. Yeah.
Okay. That's excellent. Be great if that works. Give them the IP open. Mm-hmm.
Please. Open that my email, one of those, and see the link underneath that.
Yeah.
What's the last part of it after ID check?
And there's 313342.
Oh, do. Getting close now. Right on schedule, 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock somewhere, isn't it?
That's right.
There's somewhere where it's 45 minutes ahead.
Oh, was that Eastern?
Oh, this Siemens office 11 o'clock.
Well, the Dallas office would be able to watch it.
I was doing the Dallas 11 o'clock. Got it working locally?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of work. Thank you. Now we can watch and hear.
We have to be reminded.
Got 2 legs.
You can turn the volume down locally. They don't need to listen to me.
You don't want to hear yourself talk?
30 seconds later, you have to hear me again. I think hearing me once is enough. Okay, for anybody that's tuned in, you can now watch it internally on the Siemens network.
You think we got to run on which firewall?
Huh? Oh, I don't know if they sent it to anybody but Boca and Lake Mary. It wasn't a big distribution list. I think it was like 4 people, and 2 of them are in the room. So there's only other 2 people, 2 other people. Appreciate all the hard work, all these last minute things. Hi, Chester. So now it's working. We see that you came on board. Yep, they opened up the IP, so now you can see it through your firewall. And you can see when I change the different slides, it comes through to you. And I see that when you ask questions, so type in any questions you want, Chester, and I can answer them for you. We're going to be talking about the spotlight and the different features of a spotlight, I guess. I guess I should have read these slides to see what they're actually about. We'll move on to the e-business slide. Center of Excellence, Siemens Business Service, Siemens Venture Capital. Does anyone out there have any questions about the Siemens slide? About research and development? So, now are you just doing it regularly? You're not going through VNC or anything, correct?
Are you guys sure that you powered up the...
Okay. Chester got it. Yeah.
Now it's coming through? Okay. So what we'll probably... When you guys are ready, when everybody's on, we'll start a whole new one, and I'll walk through the whole thing from scratch so they can... We'll start it over.
Hey, Michelle Chester. Are you seeing it yet?
Hello, Michelle.
You might need to, I think I had to close the windows and hit that link again and try to log in again. May not have to do that, but...
Hey, Brian.
Can we do this second time?
Okay.
And then log in a second time?
Hey, Chuck, we're all drinking water, I swear. I see you. And Brian, we have the access, the firewall availability for everybody inside the network in Lake Mary and Boca now, so people internally can watch what we're doing.
Are you doing 98? Does she need V7 media player?
Greg?
6.
Okay. Orange. Hey!
Can she see us?
He's not a little guy.
Hey, hey,
A
hey.
little image. All right.
I'm only 2 foot tall.
I'm gonna leave a message with Bill that if he gets back
What are you doing?
into his office, you're not
Okay,
anywhere
nothing.
near him, are you?
Hey. 1, 2.
Okay. All right, I'll leave a message for him. Maybe he can log in. Thanks.
What was her name?
Michelle.
Hello, Michelle.
Lane.
Hello, Michelle. If you have any questions, just submit them underneath the video. There's a submit bar, and you can submit your questions to me, and I'll answer them. Why I'm switching the slides here for you.
started.
Excuse me?
May I have 5 minutes back in the office?
We're working, right?
Yeah, we're working.
You get 5 minutes.
You should have an email that you can click on and try to get on to you. Or you can call myself, 4747. Left a message with Bill in case he gets back from his other meeting.
Okay. When everybody's ready, we'll probably start from scratch and show you right here how easy it is and how you would actually be able to log on and do stuff. How it's easy to use the system. We made it all personalized, so it looks and feels just like Siemens property instead of coming to our site.
And so we're in start
You are?
in a minute, or
Whenever you're ready.
let me make sure Brian's still on.
Brian's on here.
Okay.
Where'd you get the slides from? We made the slides. Looks good, looks clear. Someone didn't log in. Brian's online right now.
Okay.
Brian Hetzman. Where do we get the slides? We just made these up? We made up the slides. They're asking me about the slides.
He just took the text off Siemens website.
We went to your website and took off the slides. If everybody's watching this, we probably shouldn't log off and start over. I should just walk them through it.
Yeah, you can leave that one running and open up the window and show off everything else.
I can do that afterwards. But these people that are watching from home or from wherever, how long does it take you to receive a comment? Receive the comment check. The comments come through every 15 seconds. My monitor here refreshes the comments, but it's a 30-second delay before you hear what I'm saying, since it's being encoded and shifted over the servers and through the network. That's how long the buffering is on your end. Your player buffers 30 seconds before it plays. It's for internet interruption and congestion. That's how Windows Media was designed. Yeah, Brian's online now. Chuck's online, and an unknown, someone that didn't put. She didn't fill her name in. You're good?
Yes.
So what I'm doing now is, since they're actually logged in watching, I won't start over from scratch. I'll just walk through and show how we switch things, and when we're done, we'll show you how it works here on this side, because we can't show them that. But basically, Brian, can you man the camera? And you can show them what I'm doing?
Are you Brian I've talked to on the phone?
Probably.
Oh. Want to call Mike's number?
Yep, you talk
Yep.
to me.
All right.
I forward all my calls to him, so I don't have to talk to people. Just do it through here. Ready? So the management system here, if you zoom in, will show this is the actual what the presenter would see. It shows up here the slide that you're actually currently on, and then down below, up in this area, you see the slide that you're currently on. The slides that you have uploaded to our system, we convert them. The software we have converts it into a JPEG image, loads it on our server. You then have the different slides down here, so you can pick them. You don't have to go in order. You can pick any of the slides you might want to talk about. Like right now we're on slide 1, which is this slide. If I want to go to the e-business slide, I can jump around and just be able to bounce from slide to slide. And there's no particular order. I can jump back to the very beginning. That way, in case you're in a conference and someone asks a question, here's the questions that come up here. And if someone asks a question pertaining to another slide, I see the questions here. It tells me who's asking them. These are a couple people. These are 2 guys from our company we had when we were testing to make sure that you could actually see it through the network. I see the questions they're asking. I click on the ones that I'm answering. So when the event's over, the actual questions are tagged to this event. So later on when you search by event, by the speaker's name, you can actually search by questions asked. So that way it really helps you farm the information, and if you do it for a learning or training program, it allows people to search for things that they need to learn about.
Now, when you select a question, does everybody then see it on their screen?
No.
Or do you have to read the question?
I read the question. No one sees the questions. We have this so that way the presenter can actually monitor everything themselves and choose the questions they want to answer in case it's something that they shouldn't talk about in front of everyone. And that way it's a way to self-monitor. And basically what we've done and what we usually do is where we suggest is that the ones that you decide to answer, like this one's from Chuck, you can say what the question was. Chuck, we have to make sure everyone in our company has either speakers or headphones, right? Yes, if people are watching this to hear us, you definitely would have to have speakers on your systems that you're watching it from, or headphones, some kind of sound card so you could hear what I'm saying. And since I answered that one, I can click it to show that I've answered it and tag it to it. But for this demo, I won't. We'll redo it. Then anytime I want to go through a slide, if I want to talk about the Spotlight slide, I click on Spotlight slide out of the stream here, and it shows up. And everybody sees that slide. It tags it to the video. Actually, when I click on that, what it's doing, it's tagging this image to that part of the slide. And so, because everybody's seeing this actually 30 seconds after I say it, because the way Windows Media and all video players work is that when you start, you know how you see it buffer? It buffers, so you have a 30-second delay in the buffer because that's for internet congestion. So if the internet has problems, you don't notice because you have 30 seconds of buffer. So that usually makes you have that smooth experience while you're watching a video. But as we all know, that still doesn't foolproof the internet. Sometimes just stops and clogs it down.
Now, can you scroll across all the slides? So if you're towards the end and you want to go back to the...
Anywhere we want. I can bounce. I'll right now go to the last one. That's the very last slide. Anyone I want, you click right on the slide. It doesn't matter which slide, any order you want. You can have hundreds of them. We then have also the capability of taking tests. So if it's something that, if it's actually you're going to use this for corporate training, you could do a local training class using this system. One person can have this in front of them with the camera on the other side, shooting them. I could be talking to you guys here with the machine in front of me, going through it like a dashboard. You know, not with this. It's usually not backwards like this. We just want everybody to see what we're doing. And it allows me to explain a whole program and then push a test to you. The people here, instead of seeing a slide now, they now get our test. And our test system, you have actually an open database that allows you to pick if you want true and false questions, if you want multiple choice questions, or fill in the blank. And it's all automated, and it'll grade them at the end based on if they passed. And we can make it so if they don't get the questions right, they didn't learn that message or whatever information you're trying to convey to them, they then have to watch it again. And if they pass, then they can move on to the next training seminar. So it's really good for training, corporate training. Everybody that ever watches it gets the exact same information, gets the exact same content. Whenever you have new content or new information, instead of having to figure out how to redistribute it or upload new content in a magazine or a book format, you just come here and you do this. When you upload new content here, that's what's there now. It replaces the old content or gets distributed live or whenever people come to it. Now, everybody that watched this, we'll go back to the slides now. Everyone that is watching this, we invited them with an invitation email. And what that does, it allows us to secure everything you're doing here. And it also personalizes the experience. So the email that you upload people's names and addresses, our server then sends out the emails. It's a personalized email with your look and feel, so it always looks like it's Siemens. When they click on it, that link has the code and everything built in it. Come to the site, and they have to put in their name and their information to then log in. And we can activate any of those different fields that they're filling out. It can be exact, or it can be where it's just their name. You tell us how you want to do it, and we can do that security that way. And any other levels of security, I'm sure there's ways to put cookies on the machines or different things. That's probably not an issue. And we also have the ability in our system to, if you want it, like a lot of the different people are using this for a revenue stream for educational classes, you actually can make it where people would log in and they have to be members or pay to watch it. Everybody that's coming to to watch the broadcast, and it's personalized as it looks like that one there. And this is the actual presenter's interface. Everything looks and feels like yours, even though it's on our system. No one will ever see our website except the administrator. When you go to our website to log into your account to initiate this, and once everybody knows it, they publish and just come directly to your account. So they just always see your information.
Now this one over here, that's a live connection.
That's what people are seeing through the web. And it's, as you'll know, you'll see the delay. But as you'll notice, that video is not smooth. It's choppy because these are encoders. They're not desktops. They're not meant to watch video. They're meant to encode and send out. So the video card's very low on this. It can't really handle processing it.
What you're really seeing out there.
Well, out there it's smooth. It's flowing. That's the only problem with this. You can see on that laptop there, because the desktop has a lot higher, a lot more memory or whatever in the video card. I'm not sure exactly why. It's fancier. It's a better video card. And so that's what people are seeing in that laptop there.
This is 300 or this is 150?
That's 150. We're only doing 150. So we can go a lot faster and smoother than 300, but the experience is not that much better for that size window. So we tend to tell people just do the 150. Because the 150 speed is only the video. It's not the images, it's not the player, it's just the video. So the video that size for what we're doing, I mean, that's fast enough. It makes it a lot easier if it's a lot of people in your office too logging in to watch it. We tell them that too, because to go to 300K, if everybody picks that one, that's twice the load your network has to carry for no reason.
The size of the video screen, you have control over that, or is that Windows Media?
The video can be any size. We picked that size video because we wanted to be able to convey different information next to it. We can specialize this. We talked about it earlier. Is we can actually, I'll show you right now. I can push a website to everyone out there. You'll see it in a second. Huh? This is Marlin Productions, so they can watch our flash. Now everyone that's watching in a second, you're going to see it's going to push our website with our flash video, where our flash movie, so people can actually, while I'm talking, I could tour you through a website. I could tour you through almost any content you have. If you have text documents, you can load them, and we then upload that as well. So you're not restricted to that.
It doesn't have to be PowerPoint.
No. This converts, what you're actually seeing is the system actually converts PowerPoint to a JPEG image. So what you would need to do is, before a broadcast, the presenter, they come in, was it like 30 minutes or 15 minutes? How long does it take to convert and load a PowerPoint from scratch? Excuse me. Oh, okay, so just a couple minutes. So they just come in a couple minutes before, because as we know, anything that I've ever done, when you do a presentation, you're changing it right before for some reason. So this way, they don't have to send it to us. If we're here doing the broadcast, we have this complete system here, and we come and handle it, manage the whole thing for you for a big corporate event. And then we have other systems that, once you have your account, you get a smaller system with your own camera. You just come in and click the buttons. We'll show you how to start an event after. Go. This is on? Hello, 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 hello. Yep, this is on. The battery died on that. Yeah. Okay. All right. The audio, my battery went dead on my wireless microphone. We have to change those. I'll use this microphone for now. Which do you want me to do? Marlin Productions / intro. .htm. Okay. So the audio will come back on. The only reason you guys lost sound, I wasn't looking. Everybody's been telling me the audio went down. Lost sound, lost sound. The audio should be back on now. And the only reason the audio went down was my wireless microphone, the batteries.
Should have had the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, we didn't have the Energizers. What are those cheap imitations you have in there? We're going to be going back on with that. That's good. All right, we'll put it back on the wireless. Is it on? Okay, good. Sorry about that. Okay. Now we got the wireless back. If you guys click to the, anyone at home or anybody that's watching this can click to the little slide I pushed is the Marlin Productions player. If you click on the start intro, it'll actually start our flash intro movie, and you'll be able to watch it. So we not only can push the slides and images or PowerPoint or text or a website, we can actually, while we're talking, push different movies and different objects to you. Is that going to take them back out now that I changed it? I did. It will? Okay. Is anybody out there? Flash? Flash is not... Brian's asking me if we are converting the Flash into a JPEG. No, it's actually that you're just pulling the Flash file, and it's resizing in that window. And the audio is back on for the people that were wondering about the audio. Yep, it's actually, I changed the slide for people too. Does anybody have questions? We can see if anybody that's watching this has any more comments. Brian was asking about the Flash. Because actually, since it's Flash resizes and goes in that window. When you do HTML, like our site, it's actually, we push our regular website to a specific size. So when you put that in the window, it'll expand and you'll only see part of it. You'll have to move it around. We're working on having it where it'd be a pop-up and it'd open up a big website so you could walk people through the entire website.
So when you do that, do you direct, or can you direct what pages they go to within the site? Or
Yes. No, you can do it from here. We can change it from here and move around. That's the part we're just working on. That one they just told me they could do that last night, so we're adding that. So we'll have to. I think they have some more little things to figure out with that to make it really. I want it to open up to a full page. Just walk you through the full page to that little window,
right.
And they tell me they can do it. But this.
Push those pages, so it would be like interactive. You showing them the pages.
Can I show them the pages now? The way it's set up.
Well, you can click on any page and it should load it into the slide. But if we're going to be resizing to a full size, it would be an interactive demo.
Interactive demo. So everybody at home, the answer is what we're talking about is if I push a website, right now you're watching it in the little small window player. We're working on it right now where it'll actually push to a full screen, and we'll be able to walk you through a website full screen. So then it basically lets you show any kind of content or present any kind of information. Anders is asking, can I come back and watch? Chuck's asking, can we have sound? We have sound. Does Chuck have a video card at his desk? Audio card?
Yeah. Does he mean from the website?
From a website?
Do you get the audio from the website through?
Yeah, there's audio from the website and there'll be audio from speaking at the same time.
Like when we push our intro, doesn't it? They hear it. You should be able to hear both. I'll push our intro back. The Marlin Productions intro is going to come up. When that comes up, click on. Can you put the sound on yours, Anders, and we'll show them a local test here because he's asking if you can play both sounds. I think. Can I allow others to drive the site? I guess he means can I allow others to push the slides? It would have to be shown here because we're pushing it from this interface.
I did just a minute ago. Was that before you made that change?
What?
Because when you first popped up that side, I could click on it here and could open.
Yes. No, you can do that. I think what Brian was asking was, Brian just asked me, can he drive the site? I think he means, can he change my slides? I push what slide you see. If I push you to an HTML, you can surf in that HTML in that window, or that website in that window, because those are active links. Limitation on number of users. No, there's not really a limitation on number of users. We are distributing this video. One of the reasons why we had a problem showing you the video is through the firewall, it was not showing the publishing point that we have, but we have a cash flow network that's a 2 gig network that can handle millions of users depending on the bandwidth, and it's actually distributed across America, and we're actually going to Europe sometime this month, so you'll be able to distribute it anywhere in the world. That was from an unknown. I'm not hearing sound from the Marlin video. Chuck.
You might not have a full duplex sound card.
Oh, Chuck.
Two separate sources.
Okay. If you're hearing me talk and you're clicking on our flash and you don't hear the sound, it means you don't have a full duplex sound card because it's 2 sound sources, and so that might be an issue with you seeing and hearing 2 things.
Or could be that they don't have a proper audio codec installed.
Oh, or the audio codec. So it depends on limitations. That laptop you can hear both.
Yeah, you can hear
These guys are spoiled. They have the high-tech laptops here. So Chuck, you won't be hearing the video from the Marlin video unless you have full duplex or the correct codecs installed. And now it's back to taking a test. Make everybody pay attention to my comprehensive quiz and see if you pass or fail. You can go through and answer the different questions and see if you're paying attention to my slides. And I'll actually go ahead and grade it for you and tell you what your score is. So I'll leave it on that for a minute.
Can you do a real-time test?
This is a real-time. When it comes up now, you watch it and it'll tell you the score. We can have it so all that information, since you're logged in, we know who you are. Your information gets tagged here, so I can see who's paying attention, and we can catalog everything. The neat thing about it is everything that we do, even if it's open to the public, we make you log in so we know who it is, and that way, anything that you say or ask questions, like if it's a Siemens corporation, you're talking about something, the human resources can use all this information. We can download it so they can see what people are asking, what are their issues and what are their concerns, and that's kind of unique because you have millions of people, your entire company, 400-some-thousand people could actually log in around the world, and you'd have all their information. There'd be a lot of data to search through, but we can store it all for you, and people can ask the questions. That's another reason why we don't let anyone see the questions too, because we don't want them to wonder why you're not answering a question, or if there's 1,000 people and everybody asks at once, I mean, you can't see all the questions at once, so you get to choose which ones you want to answer. Did you guys get your test yet? 3 out of 5?
3 out of 5?
He cheated. So everybody go ahead and take your test. Let's see how many of you pass.
Actually, that window doesn't have a scroll bar. So
Oh, their window doesn't have a scroll bar. And Brian's asking, do we use a specific digital network? We actually, Marlin, we have an entire group of companies that we're all sister companies. And in the Marlin group, we have a company called Channel One Now, which is a 2 gig network. It's a cash flow network. We use cash flow servers, which I think they have a 1/4 terabyte or 1/2 terabyte on each cash flow server. They're in the level 3 POPs, and we're on, I think it's Bell South and level 3, and it's really designed for video distribution, and it's a really unique network. It's actually, I could have a specialist talk to you more about the network. I don't know all the answers about it, except that it's really designed for video and distributing video. And the way we do it is we send out video from this source video we're producing today, goes to our cash flow system, which then distributes it across all of our servers. And you see it from the server closest to you, or the server with less congestion, or the fastest route. And we don't know which server that is at any given moment. Just it reacts on its own. The cash flow is it's pretty neat. It's a little black box, and it has all this memory in it, and all these programs that are written that actually just balance and control content, mainly video. Let's see. I couldn't scroll the test. So we're going to be adding, no one can scroll through the test. We'll be adding that. Sorry, the test scroll, we forgot to put that feature on it last night. We have all these different modules we turn on and off so you can get anything you'd like to have in there. With the test taking, you can have that. You can take it out. You can take out the submit a question. You don't have to have that available. We have it so we can configure it so you can charge to watch these events. You can make it so it's open to the public or invite only, the way everyone that's watching it came to it. Our network would put any of the shows and we put on the content, and we can we actually hold the content on our media servers, and they're distributed. But they would be restricted to only people that are coming through this engine. And if you have it restricted to your group, it's restricted. We can actually probably, if it's something that you want to do a big term, we would talk to the people to see how to make it more secure so it fit your exact needs, because you guys probably have a real need, as I know, for security, so you'd have to approve how you want it secured. But right now, how does it work, Greg?
What space do you allow one company to use?
It depends. There's all kinds of scales. I mean, you can do. We'll allow anything. There's so much. Yeah, you just pay for what you use, and we have different levels. The basic level is, for instance, just $250 a month, and it includes. I don't have the charts in front of me, but it's quite a bit of hours, and then it's how much. Then that'll include hours of the shows. Then what we do is, since we actually provide a service, we're really a service provider for corporate broadcasts or for distance learning or any of these packages. We actually just charge you for the service, and then you pay for bandwidth. And our bandwidth is to watch this whole show, an hour show on 150. It's like under a quarter. I don't know. It's really I don't even know. It's like a penny. Oh, it's like a penny. It's really inexpensive. They have the charge. Like we charge like 0.001 or 2 per meg or per kilobit or something like that. I'd have to have the sales guys give you the. Okay. I forget that, but yeah, it's really inexpensive. So what we do, instead of a lot of the other people, anybody out there that I've seen, they usually don't offer a service. What they do is they have a software and they sell you seats. They're selling software. You have to figure out how to distribute it. You have to figure out how to produce it. You have to figure out what to do with it. And they charge you per viewers. The way we do it is we just charge you for the service and bandwidth usage and storage. And that's pretty simple. It's a lot less expensive than anything I've seen. And at the Training Expo in Atlanta last week, it's where all the different big platforms are there to show the new training wares. Macromedia was there. Who else? The Click to Learn. All the different big folks that you hear about. No one offers just the actual full service. They only sell software.
How much equipment do you need to really do this
Locally, you actually, can you shoot in on this box, Greg? Locally, for doing a broadcast, if you do an ongoing thing, we actually have a system that you lease from us, and it includes usage and an account and everything that you want. And it's about this size. It's about this size. It has one computer, and it has cameras that are a little smaller than these. It has the cameras about this big. How long is it? Do you know the length?
They're about that long. They're fully automatic, besides your original focus.
Fully automatic digital.
I'm sorry?
Excuse me?
Quality like these?
Yes, it's a 3-chip. These have a 3-chip, and it's actually got a remote, so you can actually zoom in and stuff. If you're doing it by yourself, you can just zoom in and out, and it doesn't pan and tilt, but you can zoom and focus with the remote and start and stop the video. Brian is asking, do you set up any cash flow network specific to companies and intranets? Do you install into corporations? We could work with your people and help you set up your own video distribution network in here. All you really need, he's asking, do we set up cash flow servers for intranets?
That's kind of what I was thinking. You all can
Yeah, we do now. The way it's set up now, we do. But they can configure this to go to any media server you want. Right now, we offer it on our servers, but we can actually get the equipment and let you store content. I think, can we store content on their media server? Does that interfere with our platform and our programs? Is everything right? It just looks for it, so it would play it off there. So they're saying they could store it on your media server here and just configure it so it stores it here, and you're still using our system to watch it, so you control the content. No one can see it unless it comes through your thing. No one has access to your content then. Chuck is asking, how can we do we Q&A smoothly? Chuck's asking, how do we QA smoothly with a person there reading the questions to the CEO? I can actually, yes. Oh, can someone ask the questions? I guess that's the easiest way. If someone, usually the presenter could, if it's two people, you'd have someone monitoring it. You'd have a monitor managing this, telling you the questions that are important. You'd have, I guess, a human resource person or a regular monitor that would pick what questions you want them to answer, and they could tell them to you. And if it's a one-man show, usually you'd have it where I have the computer in front of me, and I'm talking to you and looking at the monitor and managing my show, talking to the camera. But if it's a big event, you'd have a monitor using this. These are all just regular loose monitors with cables. We can put them anywhere you want. They don't have to be next to the equipment even. So.
In a production studio, you probably have an in-desk monitor or something like that, so that the person would be looking at the camera and see that.
Actually, no. We use these kind of monitors too, and put them to the side. That way, they can see these in there. Otherwise, they have to look down. We have teleprompters that we can have it where they come up on a teleprompter and have that, but that's in-house studios. The real benefit is to be able to do it from wherever you want, and to have us come here or to get a remote system. Our studios, though, being close to Kissimmee, you can come there and do them, but then you're in a studio environment. Then you'd have to get there on the I-4. Yes. Okay. Does anybody else have any more questions out there? I'm changing some of the slides to bounce around. I was showing everybody earlier.
What's the lag on the questions?
The questions, this database refreshes every 15 seconds. So you're submitting, basically all the questions get submitted to a database. This window refreshes, pulling those new questions every 15 seconds. And you can speed that up.
Yeah, we can configure it.
You can configure it to anything you want. And so the questions, even though I see the questions delayed 15 seconds when I am told a question and I respond to it, still they have the buffering of the windows, so they hear it 30 seconds later, but they're watching and seeing the content change in sync with that 30-second delay. So when I'm talking about, right now, let's talk about the spotlight slide, and I click spotlight slide, they saw it right then when I said spotlight slide, even though it's a delay. Can you drive video clips into the broadcast stream? We can drive any video clip with this. Do you have, right now, are you changing some?
What?
Can you switch it to what's going out so they can see it? Or have you been doing that?
I've been doing it back and forth.
Okay, because Brian was asking, can we drive any video clip into the broadcast? Basically, how he's switching the cameras now, we can switch and add, we could have B-roll, as we call it. In productions, we call it B-roll. Or a commercial, we could actually, with this system, not with the one that we leave, that we put at locations as of yet. If it's something you wanted, we could make you one. But the way this system works, we can add any content, any video, any commercial. We load it and just switch it like he's switching the cameras back and forth. Those are two different sources being mixed and going out as a constant stream. And we can make any kind of system if that's something that you guys would want to. If you're talking about any type of training that you want to broadcast and you have B-roll or video or commercial about a product or about a service that it's all pre-done, the presenter like myself could announce it and talk about it, show you the little slide here that explained what it was. All right, we're talking about the spotlight, and so then my video could then be switched from seeing me and hearing me to now hearing and seeing the B-roll, as we call it, or the other tape, and that would be a constant stream. Now the way it's working now, let me make sure that with this right now, if they log off and log back on, they come to what we're doing now, right? Okay. So now if someone happens to log on and off, they come back into the conference where we are presently. Once we're done with it, everything gets uploaded onto the server. So if you missed it, it's archived. You'll be able to drill down and pick whatever event or broadcast that you missed or wanted to see, and you can watch it. And you can search for it by the name of the presenter, the name of the event, location, or by questions asked and answered. Okay.
It's also archived with the slide pushes and the URL pushes and all of that.
Oh yeah, it's archived with all the slides. Archived with the slides and videos. Brian's asking me, can we push an AVI on a hard drive, like a PowerPoint is?
We could push one, but whether or not they'll receive it is another thing. They'll receiving more than one video at the same time.
Okay, so if they, because he's asking, can we push an AVI from here? Actually, it would have to be, if they even tried that, it'd have to be an AVI not on this local hard drive. It'd have to be out on a media server that can handle multiple viewers, because it's a file that has to be shared.
What if the AVI was within the PowerPoint? Since you convert those to JPEGs, then that wouldn't transfer.
Does that convert that? No. No. That's still on the hard drive. That doesn't bring that file with it when it converts, correct? Because that's on the.
Bring a screenshot of the AVI. We haven't tried it with a movie.
So we'd have to test it, do some testing with that. If it's a PowerPoint with the video in it, if it's a PowerPoint slide with video built in, we'd have to configure it for you so the video is pulled from a media server. Because if you're thinking about it, what we're showing here, these are actually hosted on another server. They're seeing images, and to have it where I can control and pull image within graphic within that image is kind of difficult, isn't it? As you can, yeah, it's pretty difficult. So, but we could, but as you saw, we'd push the Flash movie that then everybody can watch that Flash movie, but they. And I can actually start that Flash movie, and they're forced to watch it from where I started because I'm activating the link in the Flash movie that starts it. And that link's being tagged to my video. So when I click Start the Flash, it starts it for them when it's that part of the video. That's correct? Haha, see that? Chuck wants to know, if you're watching an archived video, can you fast forward and back up and jump around? Yes. Chuck, if you... when the file, when we're doing an archive file, it is a true archive file. All of the images and all the graphics in the player are actually tagged to that video and archive. So when you jump around in the video segment, after it rebuffers, it'll then play with that recording slide and point where I was talking about. It is attached to the file as a tag. You'll be able to go through that and check that out later when we're done. We'll make a quick demo before I leave here and upload that. This one's an hour and a half. We probably won't load all that beginning because you'll have all that beginning file of us messing around trying to get it working. And we'll switch around the slides to share about how it works. We can push the, I'll go ahead and push the file again from our Flash player from our movie. And I'm going to start it. So now that I started, they're going to see that, correct, when I started it? Or they still have to start it? We'll find out in a second.
That depends on how it's started. There are two ways you can start that movie. If it started within a Flash movie, then no. If it started with a link from an HTML page, then yes.
Okay, so I started within a Flash movie. I pulled up just the intro.html. Okay, so they'll have to click start here, and then they could watch the Flash movie. So, like, did it come up on that one yet?
I see the screen. I don't know if it'll actually start it.
No, you'll have to start it then.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody will have to do it.
Yeah, you can start it, but I don't think you
So everybody at home will be able to start the video. And I change the slides, so if you're not in it, you're out now. They keep sending me voicemail. Does anybody else have any more questions for this, or do you want me? Then I could walk.
If we had to cache content locally,
Mm-hmm.
is there proprietary software you have to be able to get it back out to the cache system?
The question is, if we have a cache flow server on an intranet, on a private network, is there special software to make it interact and work correctly? Is that what you're asking? Pete?
Be able to view it back just like we saw.
Be able to view it back just like we saw it? Basically, if it's internal and...
If it's a media server, beyond that, no, because we're using Microsoft, Windows Media products, so as long as it can stream off of a media server, I don't think there's anything else.
But it'd still be pulling the content from our main engine that has their account with the security that controls the video. So your content would be stored here, but as we built it today, you're still going to our player, to your account that's with us, to play and control content.
So let's say after 2 or 3 months or whatever of keeping this archive out there on your server, we decided that the traffic didn't warrant keeping it on your server anymore, but we wanted to keep it in-house.
Mm-hmm.
Could we move that file?
Yeah, you can move the actual file, but it won't work and configure with all this, will it? Unless they preset it, you'd have to pre-configure it. The file itself's a file.
The file itself will point to the slides and everything in a different location, so it would play, but you would have to re-index it in order to. You'd have to download all the slides that go along with it, and you'd have to basically re-index it to point to where everything is now, as opposed to where it was before.
Okay, so people are asking is if you decide you don't want to store the content with us, you want to move it internally after you produced it, can it be done? The files can be transferred, but we'd have to reconfigure it because it's calling images that are on one drive and one computer, and now the entire thing is being moved to a new location, so it'd have to be re-indexed.
So even after it's been archived and I watch the same thing next month, it's still pulling all this stuff from different...
The images are still loaded up there.
It's not all captured in one file.
Well, it's one... we're basically storing images in one directory. There are image directories, and the other ones are all video. This isn't... The video is still the video player. Mm-hmm. And so the video is just calling images. So that's what we have to if we're relocating those images, it has to know where it's pulling them from.
If it was strictly a video without the extra stuff, then it's...
If it's just a video, it's just a video. Yeah, then it's just a video file. But most of the time, you usually have some kind of images for description. It makes it so much nicer.
Yeah.
Helps it. Any more questions? Anybody out there in TV world?
Logged on,
we have had Chuck, Brian, unknown, I believe, was one of the ladies, Michelle. She didn't put her name in there. And then the other people were my guys that were testing it. Excuse me.
Near wrapping up.
Yep, we could wrap this up, and then I'll show you how you can start your own and do it. So we'll wrap this up, and I'll show them how it works, and do a quick little demo, what we're doing, and load that demo instead of this hour-and-a-half thing. So what I'll do is I'll end this now. Pete, you want to end this now?
Yeah. How long?
Bye, everybody.
How long before anybody can go back and watch the archive?
When we do the small one that we'll keep up there for you as a demo, this long one, we had like an hour of us messing around with it. Once we redo it, just upload time, whatever the bandwidth with the speed you guys have. I mean, it's probably very quick. What? Can you go over cost again, Michelle? And how do you like your Samsung? Brian, the Samsung, I love it, except that it's Sprint, and the Sprint has the worst network in the world, but the phone itself is awesome.
And the worst customer service.
Yeah, the customer service is not the best. But Sprint, their network's horrible.
Tell Michelle that I've got the cost info.
Okay.
As long as it's still active.
Yeah.
And Michelle Chester has all the cost info, all the information on us doing a broadcast for them, but it doesn't include like a monthly package if they want to do an ongoing system.
It does have storage as well.
No, I mean if we give them a small system that they want to manage and run their own, and we can do that today and get that to you, because that's it sounds like we'd have to come up with some kind. After you guys tried it out, it sounds like you'd want a hybrid network where we'd actually use a media server here and have your own systems, because that way you can secure it better. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's ways to secure the content on our network, but it sounds like you'd rather do it internally. So we can have guys talk to you guys to help set up everything.
Internal events that might be
important,
and not so much for external events.
Right. So anybody with any more questions? I'll wait another minute, and then we'll wrap this up. And I'm going to do a quick short demonstration of how it works, and that will be archived and uploaded for everybody to come back and see it whenever they want. I love how you can bounce around the slides. Makes it so easy. Because that is the problem, even with PowerPoint, when you're doing a presentation in an audience, someone always goes, what was the first thing you talked about? You have to try to, oh, hold on a second, you can bounce around. How do you find it? Because if you're doing it on the overhead, you don't get to see the thumbnails, because you're projecting it. Usually what I'm doing, I'm projecting it by myself up there.
You know what someone did to me once? They actually said, the other presenter before, let's put this slide here. Number 3 of the other presenter.
That's a little difficult.
You should call Microsoft and say, hey,
And if
Yes.
anybody has any questions afterwards, Michelle or Brian, whoever, they can call me, and
Okay.
I'll do the interface and get your emails to them.
Excellent. I'm going to wrap it up then, because Pete, you want to stop this thing, and then we'll do another quick one, and I'll load it so they can come back and look at it.